Welcome, what is up? Thank you for tuning back into the Chaos Lair. Of course, I'm Chris Chaos here with a little UFC 207 preview and maybe some predictions at the end. I'll see where I go with that. There's a couple things I want to talk about the card tomorrow night. First things first is I'm very excited to see Mike Powell versus Alex Garcia tomorrow night. I think that is going to be the fight to watch, and if you're not paying attention, you're going to miss fireworks. That's all I'm going to say. Second thing is I want to see how Neil Magny does against Johnny Hendricks, who actually missed weight this morning early. Magny's had like 13 fights. I think this is his 13th or 14th fight in the last 3 years. Dude has just been on a roll. Boom, 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 boom. Let's go, let's go, let's go. He's trying to pull Cowboy Cerrone and just take as many fights as he can, which is never a bad thing. I don't think if you can physically go, then you need to go. You're a fighter. That's what you do. Can't stand these people that only fight once or twice a year. Jose Aldo. Excuse me. Still getting over my cold. The next thing, see how TJ Dillashaw is going to do against John Lineker. I want to see TJ get back to the title. I don't know that I went over Lineker's going to do it and just put him right back #1 contender, but we'll see how that goes. Maybe if he goes out there and just completely dominates him, either has 10-8 rounds for the 3 rounds or just knocks him out. Maybe. I don't know. If I'm TJ, though, what I'm doing is I'm proclaiming that I want the title, and I want the title fight next if I win. I don't care who wins between Cruz and Garbrandt. I want the title. Which could get interesting, because my next point is the Bantamweight title match, which follows that on the card, which is Dominick Cruz versus Cody Garbrandt. And, I love Cody, kind of. I've always been a big supporter of Team Alpha Male, and I still am. I want Cody to do good. And I've always been kind of against the fighter Dominick Cruz. Now, the analyst Dominick Cruz is probably one of the best analysts that the UFC has. Period, bar none. Cut, print, it's over. I don't like the antics that go with the fighter, Dominick Cruz. Now, the actual in the cage fighting, he's phenomenal. Can't take anything away from him. But the antics that go along with that, I've not always liked. And because he's always been against Uriah, even though, Uriah beat him once, but that was before Cruz really got good. And when he finally started putting things together, nobody could touch him, and nobody can still touch him. I think TJ wins. I think Dominick wins. That's my 2 predictions there. Ronda Rousey. Everybody's talking about Ronda Rousey, so why would I be any different? Now, I haven't talked about Ronda Rousey on a video on YouTube in a long time. And I've done it because I needed to mature. I have done, whether people want to believe it or not, I have done a lot of maturing over the last year. I've been kind of away from YouTube. I've been doing a lot of things that I needed to do for me, plus work, plus, YouTube hasn't been a passion anymore. I'm going to change that. I'm going to start getting back on YouTube, because I actually do love making these videos and talking about things that interest me, that interest other people, and having a good dialogue, either on Twitter, YouTube, Google Plus, which my videos are on all the time, and they go to, and I want to get back to being me, and that was me. The Ronda thing, Ronda lost. She got knocked out. Beautiful head kick. She got knocked out and lost the title. And a lot of people asked me, kind of privately, I think I had a couple that asked me publicly what my thoughts were. My thoughts, looking back on it 13 months ago, I didn't even watch the fight. I didn't want to watch it, because Ronda showed respect for Holly up until weigh-ins. And she flipped the switch at weigh-ins and was like, she was having to make herself mad, because in past fights, that's how she's really done well, is she made herself mad, And then she goes in and she beats him. Excuse me. But that's just Ronda. You know, that's the way that Ronda has always done things. She's got to get in that zone. I respect that and I understand it. Because coming from the pro wrestling side, I used to do the same thing. When I was going to the ring, right before I'm standing, my music's playing already, right before I walk out, I have to get in the zone to do what I'm going to do. And everybody's like that that comes from that competitive side point. Let's not get into, you know, the mix of, or the argument between MMA and pro wrestling. Let's not do that. Because you'll lose. The thing with Ronda is I don't like the fact that she took so much time off if she was going to come back. I kind of feel like she's doing this as a favor to the UFC, and but I also here lately starting to think more about it from maybe her perspective. And I don't know Ronda. I've never met Ronda. I would love to sit down and have like an hour-long conversation with Ronda Rousey one day, because I think it would be phenomenal. I would love to tape it, whether it airs on my channel or somewhere else. I would love people to see it because I think it'd be really good. And I think a couple of F-bombs would be thrown at each other, but that's just kind of funny. I don't know if she wins. I'm going to officially predict that Ronda Rousey wins, but I mean, it's been a year. I don't know what she's been doing. Really, nobody does. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens tomorrow night at UFC 207. So, with that being said, deuces. That's all I got. Chaos out.